Hi, I'm Scott Reall, author of the Journey to Freedom series and founder of Restore Small Groups. And this week's Moment of Hope is about community and how it sustains motivation. This quarter, our topics have been all around motivation, and we start off with extrinsic to intrinsic and just sustaining motivation. But I really believe that the key to sustaining the motivation to stay on the path of recovery, healing, growth, transformation requires the support of others. Remember, the effect of small groups or just staying connected to people is universality, which means when we realize we're not alone. I think for grace to have its opportunity to really work in my life, it has to come from others. If I'm feeling shame and I'm feeling isolated and I'm really struggling, and I share my truth to another human being, they reflect back to me, hey Scott, we are for you, we believe in you, we will never abandon you. That grace gives me an ability to get back on the path. And it's all about what we've talked about so much is staying on the path and we're better together. And it really is true, and it's just not a simple thing. But to stay on the path, I need others. And then with others staying on the path, I keep my motivation. I really believe that the key to that phrase, stay on the path, is to stay motivated. Because motivation, at the end of the day, is everything. I don't do anything without the sense of motivation. And I think the heart of motivation is the creativity of hope, the sense of empowerment. I'm getting better, I'm growing, and I need others. So when I think about what do I get from a community that I don't get in isolation, I get the secure attachment, a healthy family that's really going to encourage me and point me in the right direction to believe in myself. They are the divine mirror. They mirror back to me what God wants me to believe, to see in me, the divine in me even. And I cannot get that in isolation. I get to experience, continue to be fully known, my story, my life, what I'm struggling with, what's going on. And the more I'm known, the more my brain works. It's just, there's no greater need, Dr. Thompson says, than the experience of being fully known. And then the other thing that I get in community is perspective. Perspective is really key. I cannot get accurate perspective in isolation. It's always going to be skewed. It's going to be tainted by my low self-esteem, my feelings of inadequacy, and just shame. But with others, they help me see myself and my perspective from a much healthier place. And also it gives me the perspective of, hey, you're not a mistake. You made a mistake, but you're not a mistake. Let's learn from that, let's grow, let's get back on the path. So perspective is key. And perspective, for me, is that's the paradigm shift that just has to happen. And if I can see myself in this light that other people see, I think about that all the time. When I get an affirmation from another person, it just does something for me. I'm like, really? That's my mindset is, really, you see me that way? And they say, yeah, we wish you, Scott, could see yourself the way we see you. And I think that's pretty accurate for all of us. We know why we need others in a community. The ongoing support creates a sense of accountability to me. I know people who go to recovery groups for 30 years, 40 years, and when asked why they do it, because they say, well, it just makes me better, it makes me stronger every single time it feeds me. So there's just no substitute for staying connected. They say that the number one of the key that why people relapse and fall back into their negative, destructive patterns is a disconnect from the community. Staying connected to community, the relationships, the grace that those relationships provide for me, the perspective that I get, that they help me see myself in a much healthier way. I get to experience really sharing what's going on in my life, what I'm feeling, and then the secure attachment to groups, the community mirroring back to me, the divine in me. These things keep me in the process of feeling hopeful and growth. So remember, we're better together, and stay on the path.